Good afternoon, everybody, or good evening, everybody, and welcome to the graduation for Recruit Class 1-18. If you would, please all stand for the posting of the colors.
Mark time, march. Honor guard, hold. Left, face. Present, colors.
If you will, let's all say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Uniform respect. Attention.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order, on. Colors, post. Right, face. Forward, march.
You may be seated. At this time, it's my privilege and honor to introduce Battalion Chief Retired, Mr. Kirk Schubert of the Freeport Fire Department, who's going to give our invocation tonight. Chief.
Let's pray. Our Heavenly Father, tonight we are gathered to recognize these recruits who have successfully completed the Fire Academy. They have worked through the entire, what was necessary for them and put before them successfully by the Fire Department, Lord, and have met the criteria to go on. And now they are ready, Lord, to be assigned to their shifts and be considered as certified firefighters. Lord, I pray that you will be with them and help them as they are assigned to their shift, Lord, to take the experience that they will gain and add it to the knowledge they have to help them be better prepared for the emergencies that come. Pray that you'll help them as they continue their training, Lord, and learning more about the job at hand. Lord, I pray that you will give them courage as they face the dangers that lie ahead. That you'll give them strength to overcome any obstacles that are in their way. That you'll give them endurance to see the job finished to the end. And lastly, Lord, I pray that you will send your blessing upon them for their choice of a career of serving others. We pray, Lord, that you would help them to not be complacent with routine calls, but they would be alert to any danger that may be to them or to others around them. And Lord, lastly, and most importantly, we pray that at the end of the shift, you would take them home to be with their families. And we ask this in Jesus' name.
Now we're going to introduce the fire chief, Chief Benjamin Major from the Fayetteville Fire Department.
Thank you. And first, let me start out by saying welcome. And I especially want to welcome the leaders of our community, Mayor Colvin, and Assistant City Manager, Dr. Kelly Whitfield. I'm not going to spend a lot of time, and especially welcome you. I won't spend a lot of time up here because tonight isn't about me, it's truly about our recruits. But I also have to say that even though I say it's about our recruits, it's really about your family members that's here and our community. Everybody together makes this machine move well and efficiently and effectively. So we treasure all members of our team. This has been a long journey. I know you recruits are saying 16, 17 weeks, actually more than that because of the storm. We stretched it out a little longer. But it's been a long journey. But even with that said, it's still just the beginning of the journey. I will get a chance to visit you at your newly assigned stations and around the city. We'll have more conversation. But I do want to keep my remarks limited because, again, this is your time. And so I want to turn it over to our recruitment officer, and we'll get this graduation moving. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. At this time, it's my honor and privilege to introduce Dr. Taylor Whitfield, who come to the city of Fayetteville from Newport News. He got hired at Fayetteville September 2017. Whitfield. He got his doctorate from Virginia Polytechnic Institute and State University, most of us know it as Virginia Tech University. He's also got a degree from Hampton University and from the American University in Washington, D.C. Since I've had the privilege to know him since I got promoted in June, he's an outstanding man. He's dedicated to the city. We're not going to spend any more time. Dr. Taylor Whitfield.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Thank you. This is a good evening. Too often we convene to commemorate people, or at sobering events, or to complain about situations that seem in need of corrective course correction. But tonight we're here to celebrate. Celebrate the accomplishments of these outstanding, gifted, and focused individuals. I'm honored to be in the room with so many amazing people, dedicated to service above themselves. Let me extend my personal congratulations to all of you upon your graduation. I also want to thank you in advance for your willingness to serve. We know there are plenty of careers that you could have selected, but you made the conscious effort and decision to live a life of service to the community, and I commend you. From Arizona, who's from Arizona? There you go. To Florida, New York to Illinois, as well as from all the way from Johnston County, to those born and raised right here in Cumberland. It is not by happenstance that you're here at this moment in time and equipped to serve. For those of us that have the opportunity to work in public service, particularly at the local level, we know it can be an adventure, Mr. Mayor. We are entrusted by the residents, the business owners, and the guests of this city to provide high quality and sustainable programs which help to build a sense of place that we too want to be proud to call our home. Foremost to establishing that community trust is public safety and emergency response. Several years ago, I had an opportunity to talk with a friend about his desire to move and relocate his family to another locality within the same metropolitan area. But he had some serious reservations. The primary reason given, when I dial 911 for an emergency, he said, I want to make sure that they will be on their way, and in a timely manner, and with the resources needed to handle the situation. He then paused, looked me straight in the eye, and with sadness said, I'm not sure they actually can do that over there. That was a profound statement for me. Personally, I'm inspired to live each day for the opportunity to affect change in our community, both big and small. My professional mantra over the last 20 years has been to do my best to make sure the right person gets the right service at the right time. Well, isn't that exactly what fire and EMS departments do? We hire outstanding individuals, take them through rigorous training? Yeah. So that they will gain the knowledge and confidence to be prepared for any circumstance. And then we give them assistance with the proper equipment to get the job done right. So here we are, today on your graduation. Your stick-to-it attitude has paid off in a milestone moment. Milestones are great and definitely deserve to be celebrated. But we also are reminded of what a milestone really is. A milestone is a major step in a journey to a destination or purpose. So now let me give you a little caveat. I am the first to admit that I do not know everything about everything. In fact, truth be told, I don't know nothing about a lot of things. But instead, just like everyone in this room, we are all creating the story of our lives each day. However, on this milestone occasion, for these awesome public servants, I did not want to let time slip away without sharing 4 good nuggets that I've learned that we can draw on for some guidance. Regardless of tenure, 34 years, sir? 34 years for the chief. The assignment or rank, your decision to pursue this path affirms your role as a leader, and a leader in this community. So what can we glean from the leadership experiences of others that will guide us and yield perspective as we go through our personal and professional journeys? First, leaders have learned the importance of humility and finding someone who is stronger and wiser than they are. Someone who has been through something. And you can seek close counsel through a phone call, email, or sit-down visit. Every now and then, we all need a load-bearing wall to lean on. My grandfather was the wisest man that I knew, despite his limited 7th grade education. He used to say, if you're the smartest person in your circle, you need a new circle. And I'm quite sure he didn't craft that and originate that himself, because many of you have probably heard something similar over your lifespan as well. But the adage remains the same. It's true. But let me take the time in 2018 to remix it a little bit. If you're the only person in your circle who's been through something, well, that circle ain't for you, my friend. Secondly, great leaders have to have a strength-based attitude. They are not negative all the doggone time. Y'all know some people who are negative all the time? Don't look. Leaders find the positive in people and situations and they leverage it, rather than searching out faults and taking advantage of them. They appreciate the good works and uniqueness in everyone in the community, from individuals, groups, and institutions. Great leaders have the ability to share the vision, establish direction, and serve with their team. They have a can-do attitude and develop others. You don't leave anyone from behind. They motivate, they inspire, and sometimes they do that without saying a mumbling word. Third, great leaders take self-assessments of their current style and approach, and they stay accountable to continuously improving themselves. They know when you point a finger forward, 3 are angled back at yourself. Leaders strive to get better and assist in moving organizations forward on a daily basis, regardless of where they sit on the org chart or on the back of the truck. Finally, great leaders produce results. If things remain the same after you've touched it, then what have you actually accomplished? But good results take time. So great leaders recognize that change starts with one person at a time. It's all about relationships. Yes, I spent about 10 years researching for my doctorate, and my wife of 22 years has yet to read a chapter. So she asked me one day, I'm not reading 200 pages of this mess. Tell me what your research is about. And I said, I can sum it up in 2 words. Relationships matter. It's all about relationships. Interactions with others. Establish relationships with your colleagues and with the people you serve. Therefore, leaders are conveners and not dividers. It's always better to have someone in your corner, even before you truly need them, than start scrambling to find someone to have your back when you're in the midst of a trying time. So graduates, as I take my seat, I want to congratulate you again on your milestone achievement and for your commitment to this public service journey. And Lord knows it is a journey. And I also want to remind you that by taking this step forward, you are already community leaders, poised to make an impact on those you will serve with and for. Thank you for allowing me to share this small time with you in this moment.
Thank you, Dr. Woodfield. Now I'm going to introduce Lieutenant Garrett Rogerson, who's going to talk about the empty chair.
Please focus your attention to my left as I read this passage. This particular empty chair has been in the fire department for some time. It is a symbolic link and reminder for all of us to remember those who have gone before us. It is a sign that each can rest well, knowing that those not here leave behind a rich legacy, created by their selfless service and sacrifice for us to follow and build upon. The white cloth placed on the chair represents our always present dedication to duty, past and present. The helmet is indicative of our duty to protect the citizens that we continue to serve with respect and the safety we must exhibit for ourselves, families, and our fellow firefighters. You see the turnout gear worn by our firefighters. The gear is stained and worn, revealing the joys, heartaches, and pains we have and will endure. The cross axe, a long-standing sign for the work which firefighters perform, is a reminder of the dangers of our profession, which we must protect ourselves from constantly. The fire department trumpet reminds us that we must communicate the wisdom and knowledge which we all have learned from our former comrades and ensure that we instruct those that follow us in our noble profession by demonstrating outstanding leadership at all levels. Finally, look one more time at the tools, equipment, and empty chair, always remembering our fellow firefighters who are not with us, remembering their faith and diligence in which they served our fire department and fellow firefighters with the hope that we all may earn eternal rest. Thank you.
This time we're going to do the awarding of the badges. Class, that's 118, on your feet. Left, face. Forward, march. As the recruits' names are called, if you are going to be coming up to pin your respective family member, once you hear the name called, just please make your way up. The recruits are going to receive their badge from Chief Majors, and they can hand it to you, and you can go through and pin the badges on the recruits. That will no longer be recruits once they receive their badges. Once you get done doing that, if you'll just pause for a moment so we can get a couple pictures taken, and then you may have your seats back. Benjamin Frederickson. Marco Hernandez Mondragon. William Holland. Ethan Johnson. Dylan Martin. Deldred McCahan. James Morales. Demetric Owens. Matthew Schubert. Timothy Smith. Adam Snail. Brandon Waters. Corey Wilcox. Christopher Wooler.
That's funny.
Gregory Wood.
Wow.
John, you may come back up and take your seats on stage. As Firefighter Wood is making his way around, as the training officer, I just want to tell the class, good job, keep it up, and remember, your training never stops. Just because the recruit academy's over, doesn't mean your training stops. Seek out the classes, seek out the higher education. Continue to make yourself a better firefighter for the department. Thank you.
At this time, now I can call you firefighters, no longer recruits because you have your badges. Mr. Mayor and Ms. Coleman is going to give you the oath of office. Mr. Mayor.
Good afternoon. Truly, I find it an honor and a privilege to be a part of the ceremony, and I stand representing the other 9 members of the Fayetteville City Council. Collectively, we represent 208,000 wonderful citizens, and we say thank you. We thank you for your service. We thank you for your willingness to serve. You know, we have to be one of the most fortunate communities in America. When the world dials 911, they're members of our community that answers the phone. When the citizens of Fayetteville dial 911, it's answered by wonderful men and women like you all. If you all would rise as we prepare for your oath. And as I read it, I ask that you repeat after me. Raise your right hand, please. I state your name.
I,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
to perform my duties as a firefighter
to perform my duties as a firefighter
for the city of Fayetteville to the best of my abilities,
for the city of Fayetteville to the best of my abilities,
with safety at the forefront,
with safety at the forefront,
to serve my commanding officers with respect and dignity,
to serve my commanding officers with respect and dignity,
to serve the citizens of the city of Fayetteville with compassion,
to serve the citizens of the city of Fayetteville with compassion,
courage and integrity, and to uphold the laws and the constitutions of the United States of America, the state of North Carolina, and the city of Fayetteville. So help me God. Congratulations. Let's give them a round.
You may be seated, gentlemen. And at this time, I'm going to ask Captain Patrick McCarter and Lieutenant Garrett Robertson to join me up here. We're going to talk about our honor graduate. It's also known as the Thurman C. Bishop Award. I'm going to tell you a little bit something about Thurman C. Bishop. Thurman C. Bishop was one of the original members of the Page Municipal Fire Department in 1947. He quickly rose through the ranks to become the training officer in the department. In 1963, he was appointed to the rank of chief after the sudden death of Chief Carl Kane. This was a time of great change within the department. Originally, we only had 2 shifts. The third shift was hired in 1974. I think that was the time you were hired, right, Chief? A drill tower for training was built on city land on Highway 301. And probably one of the most lasting effects on the department, even to this day, was the implementation of the Emergency Medical Technician Program and the fire department response to medical emergencies. He was instrumental in the future growth of the department. He was willing to explore relationships with the police department that have worked even today as members of the combined urban search and rescue team that incorporates members of both agencies. He saw expansion of the city and was instrumental in adding 2 additional stations. He started our first physical fitness programs and saw it as a benefit to our members' well-being, as we still use it today. He responded to all multiple alarm fires and was known to hang out at various fire stations, even into the evening playing cards or drinking coffee with his crews. While he died on duty in 1982, his legacy lives on today. In every medical call that we go on, in every fire response, in every rescue response, the history of one of the longest serving chiefs in our organization has made its mark on our department. The award is an honor to that legacy of innovation and foresight to be a vital part of this organization. I would tell you, recruits -118, it took us about 3 weeks to figure out who out of all you deserve this honor. We talked amongst ourselves back and forth. We were on lunch breaks together. It come down. It was a very tough decision. But the person we chose was a person that we think the class respected. He worked hard. He was willing to go the extra mile, and he was one that never ever complained about anything we asked him to do. And with that said, it is my honor and my privilege to announce the honor graduate for recruit class 1-18, Mr. James Morales.
First of all, thank you, training staff. It's a huge honor. It's completely unexpected. This award would have gone to any one of these guys out here in front of us. Thank you to all the captains, all the instructors that we had come out and teach us. Appreciate it. We learned a lot from you, and like Captain Carter said, it doesn't stop here. With that being said, again, thank you guys. It's a huge honor. I hope I'm able to live up to your expectations. Thank you.
At this time, I'm going to ask Firefighter William Holland to come out. His job while throughout the academy was to keep up with our statistics, meaning he kept up with the secret list. And anybody that knows anything about the fire department, the secret list is a list that goes out anytime there's a line of duty death in the fire department, no matter where it was at.
Good evening. Get my notes ready. John 15:12-13 says, "This is my commandment, that ye love one another as I loved you. Greater love hath no man than this, than a man who lay down his life for his friends." Beginning on June 4th, 2018, the start of Fayetteville Fire Academy 118, I was tasked with the humbling yet honorable responsibility of reporting any line of duty death that occurred. Between the dates of June 4th and October 4th, 29 firefighters have died in the line of duty. The reasons were as follows: 14 were medical emergencies, 3 were structural emergencies, 3 were trauma motor vehicle accident while responding, 2 were trauma equipment failure, 1 was a trauma motor vehicle accident en route to training, 1 was a trauma on scene, 1 was the result of burns, 1 was struck by a fallen tree, 1 was the result of a shooting, 1 was the result of a blevy or a boiling liquid expanding vapor explosion, and 1 was unknown. In the event of every firefighter line of duty death, there is mourning from family to friends and brothers and sisters in the fire service alike. As unfortunate as any death may be, the knowledge of a line of duty death can be a learning experience and bring change to the fire service for the better. By these, we are also reminded almost daily of how dangerous our jobs can be. Thank you.
At this time, I will call up the class leader for recruit class 1-18, Firefighter Christopher Willard.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, training staff, chiefs, chief major. First of all, I would love to congratulate Morales for receiving that award. You guys have made better. It is well deserved. It has been tradition throughout the years to have each graduating class of the Fayetteville Fire Department to present the fire department and training staff with a gift at the end of each training cycle. This gesture is to show their appreciation for all of the hard work and dedication the training staff has provided each recruit during the academy process, and to show the Fayetteville Fire Department their appreciation for allowing them the opportunity to work for the best fire department in the nation. It is my privilege, on behalf of Class 118, to gift this shadow box as our gift this year to the Fayetteville Fire Department and its training staff. Inside of it, we have 2 pictures that contain every recruit in Class 118, as well as a t-shirt that we had made specifically for the class and the training staff that says our motto, maximum effort, as well as each name of Class 118. And we had those written on there so the training staff would remember for the rest of their lives, every time they read that shirt, they're the greatest academy that ever came through the Fayetteville Fire Department. Class 118, what is your motto? Maximum effort! What does it stand for? Give 100% all the time!
This is where you can take your recruit one off and put your official Fayetteville Fire Department one on, signifying you have completed your academy and you are now certified firefighters. So if you would, get your helmets. If you got your recruit one on, take it off. And please put on your Fayetteville Fire Department one. Gentlemen, on behalf of the command staff and the training staff, congratulations on a job well done. You may be seated, gentlemen. At this time, I'll bring up Chief Engine Major one more time for some closing remarks. Chief Major.
Thank you so much. And before I turn it over to Captain Hammonds, first, congratulations, Morales. Well-deserved honor. But there is one more recognition I want to give. MVP of the Academy. And sometimes this group of people go unnoticed, unthanked, but they play a large role not only through your time in the academy, but through your time as a member of Fayetteville Fire Department. So I want to introduce the MVP of the Recruit Class 118. Will the parents and families of these young firefighters please stand? Everybody, let's give applause for the real. Thank you for allowing us to pull these young firefighters into our fold, and with them, you come as well. So we thank you. We thank you for your support tonight and continued support throughout their careers, and we look forward to meeting you all and working with you. So thank you, and with no further ado, Captain Hammonds.
Good evening, everyone. If I get everyone to stand, we're going to close out with prayer right quick. So if all hearts and minds are clear. Dear Lord, as we leave this ceremony tonight, I ask that everyone will just live simply, care deeply, love generously, forgive freely, and pray often. And after you've done all these things, place your lives in the hands of a gracious and merciful God. For I ask in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Please remain standing so we can recover of the colors.
Mark time, mark. Honor guard, halt. Left, face. Retrieve, colors. Right, face. Forward, march.
Once again, congratulations, gentlemen, on a job well done. That concludes our ceremony. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Have a seat.